Howdy mates, how are we all doing? Here's a part 4 video today over at the Don Pedro Island State Park. So now I'm basically situated on an island, which you can only get here by kayak, boat, jet ski, or if you really had, swim. It is absolutely gorgeous day out here. So you can see the water, that's the Gulf, is definitely calm today, right now. But while I'm here, I wanted to point out a couple of plants. So you see all those green patches right here? That is known as your golden beach creeper. Now, actually, they produce these yellow berries. I believe it's already past the time where you'll see them. It usually happens a bit more in late summer, early fall. But they're actually edible for wildlife. Now, in terms of whether it's really edible for us, it's rather questionable. And then right here, we've actually got a pear cactus, because they actually produce these reddish berries that kind of has a similar texture that is comparable to an actual pear. And it does not need to grow a pear. But you definitely gotta watch out for those because they can be a bit sharp. As you know, most cacti have pointed tips. And then we've actually got the famous Tickseed. This is actually the state wildflower, as a matter of fact. For those of you who do not know, this is actually a type of aster that is found in Florida. Whoops, something was on there. Now, what's neat is if you look at the petals, they actually have kind of like a, how do I want to describe it? Kind of shaped like a theater seat. That's a silly way to compare it. But if you look at one individual petal, it reminds you of looking at a seat that might be in a movie theater. I don't know. You can remember it however you choose. But yes, you'll often find Tickseed along the coastal dunes. Now they call it Tickseed because, as I recall, the seeds that are actually produced on the top here resemble ticks that we often find as a nuisance. And even the whole body itself, all the stamens or the tip, resembles the size of a tick. So that's why they call it that. And then right down here, this is known as the crow's foot. Now, the crow's foot actually, dropped my swim trunks. This is actually an exotic plant. It's actually not native to Florida. It's actually been found to be from parts of Europe, as I recall. Despite them being an exotic plant, they still are a valuable resource for our wildlife, as they produce all of those seeds that you can find. And they call it crow's foot because when you actually look at the top of it, it resembles looking at a crow's foot. You know, those 3 parts that are found in most birds. Now, they are considered to be a pioneer species, which basically means they'll look for any open area that hasn't been inhabited. So you can actually see a bunch right down here. So that's why they call them a pioneer species, because their mentality is, hey, if it hasn't been picked, for settlement, let's take it. So it's kind of like they make their own real estate, more or less. And then, of course, we've got our sea oats. Now, you may be wondering, are they really used for making stuff like oatmeal? No. I hate to break it to you guys, but no. They just call it sea oats because it resembles looking at oats. But these are excellent stabilization plants. Without these, there would be even more massive erosion happening along this beach side here. But you can definitely tell that this beach essentially is unscathed, because I believe the main purpose of it was to preserve an actual beach landscape. I mean, just look at those cliffs right there. Those are your dunes with all kinds of dead critters, simply because of all the shells. Wow. Now we're actually at the coastline. Ooh boy. If you actually look down further to the south, that's actually where it will eventually lead to Gasparilla Island, where the famous town of Boca Grande is located. I admit, I do need to make another visit over there. It's actually been about 3 months. But Boca Grande is really known to be the billionaire's island, because all the homes there are extremely expensive. So, if you ever decide to live there, you better be pretty wealthy. But just to think, like, this beach landscape changes every single day. It never stays the same. The Don Pedro Island State Park, we're just a bit further to the south of Stump Pass. And I don't know if you can see it, but those people way out there, they probably got here by boat, because there's actually a little dock that they can settle on. But I did it a little differently. I basically chose a little mangrove tunnel, and then I tied my anchor to a couple of mangroves. You could say I basically MacGyvered it. But look at that water. Wow. You know, due to lower turbidity, and with the water cooling off a bit more, there won't be as much algae occurring. So that's why, since there's a little less turbidity going on and turbulence, the water appears a bit clearer, and it has a bit of that teal appearance. So, alright you guys, thanks for watching this video and learning just a little bit about what types of plants you'll really see at a beach. A natural one at that. One that has not been tampered with whatsoever. So, alright you guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy your Wednesday, and Journey on a Journey is outwards. Take care folks. See ya.